have a 2016 Toyota Camry that's not cranking. That's what I know about it. So I'm about to just step in here and just verify issues, see what's going on here. So let's see if we can verify, see what's going on. So I'm gonna try to start it up now. So it just started for me, but it took a few turns. Since this vehicle did crank, but it had an extended crank time, it took us a while for it to start, a few turns of the key. What I want to do now is let's pop the hood and let's check the charging system now that we have this vehicle running. So now let's connect our multimeter, positive to positive, negative to negative. And I just want to, again, check this charging system. I want to see at least 13.5 volts on the multimeter. And with the vehicle running, we do in fact see that. So I feel a little bit better about the charging system. But now let's step into the vehicle and turn some of the accessories on and put this system under load and come back and check our voltages. Put a load on it and just see what it's gonna do. Let's turn on light. See how this charging system handle the load. Air on. Just turn the high beams on. Trying to load on just to see if this alternator is keeping up. Yep, alternator seems to be keeping up with it. So let's if the battery is old like that, just want to see some more evidence that it's bad. Since our charging system appears to be doing its job, it came back at around 13.5 volts under load, and I'm totally okay with that. Now I want to isolate the battery from the vehicle itself, and I'm going to get my load tester and we're going to put this battery under load. It's one thing for the battery to come back at rest with the right voltage, but the definitive test is to put this battery under load and see what kind of voltages we get with it under load. So before we get the load tester, I'm just doing a quick test with the multimeter, and I don't know if you saw that, but the voltage came back at 12.7 volts. And now I think it's time, let's go ahead and connect this load tester. Coming back in the green, that's good. Now when I put a load on it, it's bad. You see that?
It's bad.
You see what happened? See, it's when I put a load.
It's in the bad.
When I put a load on it, it goes to the bad. Yeah.
Need a battery.
Need a battery. Now I could take it home and charge it to just be sure, but if that's the original battery, but since that battery failed that load test, that's what we're gonna call it as. So right now I'm just disconnecting the terminals here. So again, that's the call. This vehicle is gonna get a new battery, and I talked to the owner off camera, and she mentioned that this is the original battery that came with the vehicle. So this battery is upwards of 9 years old, and I think that's pretty good pretty good amount of time to get out of a battery, especially in these days with how they make these batteries. So 9 years, and if you go back and look at the evidence, right, it was a slow crank. We did our initial tests, charging voltages look good, 13.5 volts. We still got 13.5 volts with it under load. When we isolated the battery, did the test itself, battery was coming back at 12.7 volts, although it may have had a little surface charge on there. But really the definitive test is when we put that load tester on that battery, and that battery came back as bad under load. That's the evidence we need to call it, and call it with a high degree of confidence. So I'm going to go ahead and pull this battery out of the vehicle, and we're going to give this to the owner, and she's going to go pick up a battery tomorrow from wherever she wants to get one from, and then I'll come back tomorrow and go ahead and put it in for her. So I appreciate you all coming along with me as we did this real-time diagnostics of this vehicle. And do me a huge favor, this is a new channel, this is a young channel. If you like this type of content, this type of first-person content, point of view content, hit that subscribe button, and hit that like button, and that'll put us in a great position to be able to provide you more of this content. Thank you so much for watching.